another wonderful episode of Film Logic's To Be Decided. I am your detective on the case, Detective Mike Stalker. Who am I with today? Silent?
Well, you've got... Okay, go ahead.
I'm Detective Poopro.
Nice.
And that's it.
And that's it, guys.
There's nobody else.
Remember last episode when I said it takes 30 minutes for us to introduce ourselves? I wasn't lying.
I am Vic, and I'm also your resident Columbo cosplayer.
Oh.
Yes. So just imagine me, sitting here in my trench coat, with a very quizzical expression on my face.
Well, I only have time for one question. I can't do one more.
All right. And special guest, you heard him in the back, Mary Higgins Clarke. Mary, are you there?
Well, speak up now. Don't be shy.
Yeah. All right. I get it. Adam, I'm sorry. I know you hate being referred to as Mary Higgins Clarke. I won't do it again for the rest of this episode, I swear.
Actually, I would prefer it if you did call me that.
I know you do a lot of fanfic in her name.
Oh,
yeah.
There's nothing fictional about it.
This is real life.
Yeah. I read her stuff for inspiration and then reenact it in the real life.
And that's all we ask. So, in case you haven't figured out the clues, that's right. We watched Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey.
Starring Mary Higgins Clarke.
By Mary Higgins Clarke, who wrote it 3,000 years ago.
Whoa.
Actually,
yeah,
folks, today...
that checks out.
Yeah, it was my week. I say we're going to come back in 2 weeks, but we never come back. So if you're still with us and you were setting your calendar to 2 weeks, I am so sorry.
We're always fashionably late.
This is everyone's side hustle, minus the hustle. It's just everyone's side. And so when we get a schedule together that works, well, that's when we do another episode.
Yeah.
But today, in loving memory of my wife, who's still alive.
Oh, that's crazy. Why did you speak that?
Hey, yo.
I mean, she's still alive, but I remember she wanted to do this, so the memory is loving.
All right.
She wanted to do Mary Higgins Clarke, made-for-TV movie. And there's a whole series of them on Tubi, but the first one was Loves Music, Loves to Dance.
Okay, so to be clear, we have her to thank for, daytime television Agatha Christie feature.
Right. We have her to thank and love, and I have no doubt that this is going to be all Tubi the greatest.
Tubi
I don't even have to.
Piece.
Yes, it was lightning in a bottle. You don't turn cameras away from a Mary Higgins Clarke's piece.
You need a new category for this one, Tubi the Odyssey.
Yes, this is her Oppenheimer. But folks, this movie got a 5.0 on IMDb, which do you know where that puts it on our list? It's sandwiched between, this is a good one.
I'm scared.
They're all good, but this one is a really good one. This is sandwiched at 5.0 between The Guyver and Alex Rider Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
Yeah, that checks out.
You have to love it more than The Guyver, but you can't love it more than Alex Rider Stormbreaker.
I don't know if that's possible.
I know.
This might actually be, the most movie of all time.
In a strange way, I understood that, and I wanted to say the same thing. Is that weird?
Yes.
Because maybe
I will say this podcast has rewired my brain.
Oh.
Where now, if I watch a movie that has a beginning, a middle, and an end that isn't trying to be horrible about it, like I start to think, wow, this movie should have won awards.
Man.
Like my standards have gone in a completely bad direction.
It's like if you ate nothing but garbage from the dumpster behind the Five Below for a year, and then you had some, Walmart chicken fries, you'd be like, oh, these are, 3 Michelin star worthy.
Right. Like I was saying things like, wow, the cameraman is holding still, putting things in frame. Wow. Someone went to school.
Someone got paid.
Someone got paid for this.
Someone did this for a living.
So what I like about this movie is it's based on like the movie of the week, which it came out from one of the cable networks, wanted to do Mary Higgins Clarke of the week. Don't quote me on this, but I think it was TNT.
That sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah. So they would plop this out in the year 2000. This one loves music, loves to dance, stars Patsy Kensit, Frank Pellegrino, Dean McDermott, Louis Ferreira, Cynthia Preston, and Yannick Bison. Now, since I only hire the best podcasters in the movie business, I know that all three of my podcast friends are intimate with the careers of these actors, because there's no such thing as a small actor, only Tubi roles.
Yes.
So, I'm going to ask some questions, and I'm going to ask some true or false statements, and you guys are just going to know them off the bat because you guys memorized their IMDb just as I did.
Yeah.
All right, true or false? Patsy Kensit was in Lethal Weapon 2.
True.
That is true. The confidence is just everywhere.
Well, it's like it's a question about something that no one should have knowledge of.
Yes.
You might not have heard it, but I said it was true. I just telepathically beamed it into your head.
Okay. Well, here's an easy one. Frank Pellegrino. True or false? He was in 2 episodes of Goosebumps.
There's a million of those.
This is too specific. It would have to be true.
It is also true.
I was going to say the odds.
Yeah.
The odds make that have to be true, right? Like there's too many.
I mean, it couldn't not be true.
Right.
I think we were all in 2 episodes of Goosebumps.
It's like, hey, is this A to C list celebrity been on SNL in the last 20 years? The answer is probably yes.
Yes.
Like
All
This
right.
movie really felt like Goosebumps with no monsters for adults, for adult moms.
Right.
is this
All right.
commercial about abused animals will it have a Sarah McLachlan song on it? Yes. Yes, it will.
All right. Here's a bit of a curveball. Dean McDermott, he's always a wild card in our movies. Was he in an episode of Due South and Earth, the Final Conflict?
I really hope one of these is false because you just made it up. But it's probably true, isn't it?
It is also true.
Oh.
All right. I'm getting down to the most interesting one. Louis Ferreira, who played the detective, one of the detectives. Was he in an episode of Stargate Universe and an episode in an episode of Breaking Bad?
Gee, I don't know.
Yeah?
Yes, he was.
True. Okay.
Guys, are you starting to figure
knew
out
it.
that this is just a fun way for me to tell you what I know?
Isn't that what this podcast is?
Yes. Okay.
It's just your special fixation. You have a cork board with red string connecting all the cast members to their episodes.
Right. Coincidentally, I have the seasons of all these shows that everyone's been on. This is not a coincidence.
You are
okay.
seeing my tism sees your tism.
This is the coolest one. This is the one that made me know we were doing the right show. Cynthia Preston. I'm not even going to do true or false. This is true. Cynthia Preston played the voice of Zelda in the cartoon The Legend of Zelda 1989.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Yes, everyone knows that line, but I can't think of what Zelda sounds like. But to know that Cynthia voiced her, and then 10 years later, she plays a dead woman in this movie is amazing.
That's incredible.
I noticed one of the guys in this did look familiar, and that's because he was in one of those Hallmark movies and mysteries franchises with a washed up 90s actress. And my mom would watch those all the time, and he was in those. So I actually did know someone from this cast.
Nice. Were you talking about Yannick Bison?
I think so.
Who's been in the Murdoch murder mysteries?
Oh, I guess that's what he was. Okay.
You led me right to that fact. I love that. That was not staged at all.
That is what I knew him from as well. Okay.
All right. So, folks, we're not dealing with amateurs here in this movie. We are dealing with people who have been in 2 episodes of Goosebumps. All
We are
right.
dealing with Murdoch.
Yes. All right. We are dealing with Cynthia Preston's voice acting of Zelda. So I'm gonna go right into the plot. This was directed by Mario Azzopardi, writers Mary Higgins Clarke and Peter Mohan. This stars Patsy Kensit, who plays a showrunner for a show called Shona, which is like daytime TV slop. She's doing a show where her best friend Aaron Kelly is going on these internet dates. The internet was just invented, so she's trying out the whole what would happen if I dated someone over the internet. Year 2000. Well, apparently one of the dates kills her friend Aaron, sending Patsy to go to the police and interrupt their murder investigation by interfering and trying to get justice for her friends. Now, usually, interrupting a detective would be an awful thing to do, but this is a Mary Higgins Clarke book, which means Darcy Scott is going to have all the right answers, and the police are only going to be helped by all her interference and helicoptering over the case.
Yeah.
So Darcy decides to go on the four dates her friend Aaron went on, which are wonderful men of high character. AKA, three of them are like just scumbags that like have like these horrible like characters of like evil men. Like one of them is like blaming violence and wishing violence on all of them. The second one, I don't know, wears like diapers. Third one like sells meth. And then there's like this fourth one who's like a really nice guy. He's a psychologist and he's understanding and he's probably going to be the love lead. Or will he? Dun dun dun. Anyways, Detective Vincent DeSalva continues to say, Darcy, don't be part of this. Go home. There's a serial killer on the loose. The serial killer is this guy who, you guessed it, loves music, loves to dance, and all he wants to do is date you and then strangle you and then dance with your dead body.
Rational thing.
Yes.
And take your shoes and put different shoes on you, I guess.
Right. And he has to wear a wig while doing it.
Yeah.
They didn't really explain that, but I guess, I mean, if you're going to go crazy, go the whole 9 yards.
Might as well go crazy.
Yes.
Don't mind if I do.
So our friend Darcy is going on all these dates with these wonderful men, but it seems that the only one she can really connect with is Charlie, the psychologist, who's writing a book. Some of the men start to get angry and masculine towards her in a toxic way, and she has to run away. She has to run away from them.
Very Reddit mod or like Craigslist personal type energy.
Right. And she runs away. And there's Charlie is saving her, saying, come back to my place, secluded in the woods, where I have something to tell you about the case. As she goes in there, police start to realize that the murderer has a station wagon, which Darcy is in a station wagon, and then she realizes that this nice psychologist is the killer. Dun, dun, dun. Played by Yannick Bison. He puts on the wig and he starts going full crazy, getting voices in his head, tries to strangle her, but then like the detective, he throws a pillow into a room and it distracts the killer, and so he shoots the killer. And I'm not even like watering that down. He literally throws a pillow into a room, the killer runs to it like a dog, and then the detective shoots the killer.
Beautiful.
And credits roll as Darcy's able to live knowing that her friend got justice.
Well, this movie just goes to show, Mike, that if years of watching Scooby-Doo have taught me anything, it's that meddling is always a good idea.
Yes.
It's not a mystery movie for housewives unless the main character puts himself in grave danger to get one clue.
Right. It kind of reminds me of that Jim Gaffigan bit about Lifetime shows. They're like, he says, Lifetime shows like to pretend they're so like pro-woman, but like every movie is about a woman getting beaten or murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was a very, I feel like I'm 10 and it's, nap time and my mom put this on while she sleeps.
Yeah.
Or, my geriatric father just watched Matlock and this came on, but we're both too tired to change the channel. So
Now, coincidentally, I saw a Criminal Minds episode that just came out. It's very similar. It's about a mortician that dresses up. He makes like women half alive and then like kills them off on his and then like dances with their dead body and poses with it. So I'm like, this is very proto Criminal Minds.
Ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, when people say shoes in this movie, it's like the, dun dun dun, like, oh, he said shoes. He must be the killer.
Right. Do you like shoes? Yes, you're under arrest.
like I'm not gonna kink shame, but man, if it points you to murder, that's maybe not the best kink to have.
Also, like his kink didn't have like, I don't know the rules. Like you're allowed to wear one of your own shoes and one dance shoe.
Yeah, it was. The
pick a
kink
lane,
is
dude.
not well defined. I mean,
Yes.
it's there, but
Yeah.
I'm still not entirely
soul's just
sure
not
of
in
the
it.
motive behind it. Because I think the one backstory was that he was rejected, and so he killed her. But then there's another backstory at the end about how him and his brother's parents used to go out and dance, but he hated his parents. I don't understand where all this is coming from, but okay.
So he would love dancing because he hated his parents. Yeah, it's. I mean, this is going to come as a shock, but all the reviews say the book was better, which has never been said before in the history of cinema.
In the history of this
don't believe you.
podcast.
Yes.
The Tammy and the T-Rex book was better, okay?
Yes. Panda Plan, the novel, was amazing.
Is this really our first book adaptation episode?
No,
No,
Alex Rider.
Yeah, we just
Oh,
watched
that's
Alex.
right. That's
we,
right.
We've done something else too, didn't we? I mean, like Dante's Inferno.
Oh,
I mean, that's a poem.
Yeah.
does Avengers
yeah.
Grimm count?
I mean,
It's
hey,
all fairy
it's like a
tale?
book-sized poem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. I could have swore there was the one where I hate waffling. The Ralph Macchio.
Oh, Crossroads.
Yes, Crossroads.
I don't know.
I thought that
Seems
was
like
based on
that
a book.
could have.
That's based
could
on
have
a
been
genre of
novel.
music.
I will look into this because now.
Oh, and we did The Color Out of Space, right?
Oh yeah,
Duh.
you're right.
That's right.
Maybe we are a book podcast.
A book made into a movie podcast.
We should converge into
Film
that with
podcast
movie
that's
movies
secretly
that
a
were
book club.
based on books. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, we got lucky. We only have to spend an hour and a half. Some people have to read a whole book for their podcast.
Yeah, who reads?
Yeah, Crossroads is not based on a book.
Well, technically, everything's based on a script.
Have you seen some of the movies we've reviewed?
I don't know if that's
Except
true.
I'd beg to differ.
Or, it's based on the director saying, just say things.
Yeah, we're gonna turn the camera on. You look at it and say stuff.
Yes. So I was shocked or pleasantly surprised that this movie had like a somewhat coherent, like procedural, like it was competent in its like buildup of the story. I'm not saying anything nice about how it was portrayed. I'm not saying it was Nolan-esque or, a Lynchian. I'm just saying that like it went from A to B to C, and my mind really appreciated that.
I think it should have been filmed for IMAX.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, I never knew I wanted to see what sleeping inside of a giant tea bag would feel like.
Yes.
Because man, this movie was a snooze fest.
Hey.
I think you're right, Adam. I think there's like a disconnect between generations because we all agree that all of our parents would watch this at like 3 p.m. on a weekday.
Yeah.
And they'd legit be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know it was him. Oh, so scary. Blah, blah, blah. And like, we're used to seeing like, we're the jaded generation, like
Mind hunters.
Yeah.
Well, what's crazy is this is the exact movie that your mom will watch, and then when you go over to their house on like a Saturday to eat breakfast, your mom will be like, "Oh man, I saw a program where people are getting murdered, meeting people on the app. So I know that I've been pressuring you to have grandkids for the last 5 years, but you can't meet your future spouse on the apps because you're gonna get murdered." And you're like, "Mom, that's the Hallmark movie we watched last night. What are you talking about?" Like that's what this
Oh,
movie is.
no, you're right, Adam. This movie is boomer bait.
Yeah, that's extremely accurate. My mother would genuinely do that. She would show me like Lifetime murder movies and be like, "See, this is why you don't trust people because your friends will kill you."
Yeah. At the same time, we're going to be doing it to our kids. We're going to like bag, there are doctors turning people into centipedes. So do not go to the doctors.
Don't
Mm,
go in the back room.
especially if
Yes.
they're German.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one shout out I will give to the movie is Mr. Bassan actually does a pretty good performance.
Yeah.
He was pretty creepy when he would go into that like character, whoever he was, taking the persona of his brother, his dad, his old girlfriend's
Yes.
ex. I don't know who it was really supposed to
I
be.
thought he was being Fred Astaire.
Oh, that could be as well. I think
The
any
way he
answer
put
would
on.
be acceptable at this point.
Yes.
You could tell me
Okay,
anything.
I like yeah. I mean the dancing and the wardrobe and the wig. I mean those are all interesting touches. But why the makeup? Like why did he have to get yassified in order to commit his murders?
Yeah, he has like a theater dressing room type setup to do this.
Yeah.
A little-
And then he turns into Martin Short, like voice included. It was so like, who was your brother / ex-girlfriend / parents?
Oh boy.
he
Wow.
he saw one Gene Kelly movie and was like, I know what I'm gonna do with my life.
I know how I want to kill people.
I cannot wait to try murdering someone while singing in the rain. And
But
if any theater kids are listening, I do mean to offend you. They're the weirdest people I've ever met. Like I just
Oh.
like you just like and they'll be the first to admit it. There's something there mentally. There's something a disconnect there, right? Like like well-adjusted people don't do theater. I mean that
yeah,
respectfully.
you
Right,
know,
like there's, and maybe that's what this movie is about, right? Like this idea, maybe it's a meta narrative. Maybe we're giving this too much credit, but maybe there's like a meta narrative where he's so sick and tired of being in his own brain, so he has to put on this effective mask and transform himself to murder people because there's like a disconnect.
it's true. Whatever he was, his character was meant to be like a little flavoring between like the vanilla between like Darcy Scott and her conversation with detectives, because it's she's kind of like your typical blonde woman. I need to come in and I need to help the police, and so they say things, and there's just a lot of back and forth between her and and her talking to detectives, or her talking to that person's brother. They had a brother, the McDermott character, where she interviews him, and like it's his sister who died because he killed before, and the movie was kind of like leading to the fact that like he was really into his sister, this Brian McDermott. Like they were leaving
Yeah.
like these bad red herrings that are like, oh, I loved my sister. We did everything together. And I'm like, okay,
What does that
Oof.
mean?
you're laying it on too thick. Meanwhile, you have the psychologist who's like big, happy hero smile, helping old ladies across the street.
Yeah, up until the final act, he was the most normal of
Yeah.
the cast. Yeah.
As a quick aside, if one day you guys all woke up on a Saturday morning and there's a big headline and it says Lin Manuel Miranda has been arrested for for meeting women online. murdering them and singing and dancing with their corpse. Would you believe that headline?
Yes.
I'd probably go back to bed.
First of all, called it.
Right, right. And that's what I'm saying, right? Like you could take any theater guy and Rip Van Dyke, you'd be like, yeah, all right. I mean, it was the 1930s, but yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Wow.
I I completely agree. Like, and Ivy, going back to what you were saying, how whenever she interviewed one of like the boyfriends she dated, he would say something totally like condemning himself. So she'd be like, "So, do you like to murder people?" And they'd be like, "Oh yeah, like I murder this steak." And like,
Nothing foreboding about this.
do you collect shoes? Only after people have died. But it's like, okay, all right.
Only after I try them on and sniff them.
Did anyone
Yo.
guess it? Like, did anyone guess the killer before it happened? Or was everyone just like, oh, it was him?
I was kind of 50-50. I was like, I would accept it either way because
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing here.
I wouldn't say that I was like surprised, but I also wouldn't say that I was like I knew what was coming, because I feel like it didn't give you enough information necessarily to figure it out, but it also like kind of, I mean, it did that TV trope thing where it kind of just tied everything in a bow and you're like, oh, I guess that worked. But
Hmm.
it was like, yeah, we solved the mystery, but they could have picked anyone and it could have been any ending, and it wouldn't be, you couldn't say one way or the other because there weren't enough clues for the audience to
Yeah.
point one way or the other.
And there weren't really enough characters like to be suspects for you to be
Right.
like, maybe it's one of these 5 people. Like it was just the detective and then the guy she was seeing, and that was like it. So
Right. Like,
One
it
of
didn't
these
even.
one of
like-
these people killed my friend. Who could it be? Well, all signs point to the guy posting, loves music, loves to dance,
Right.
if
It didn't feel like a whodunit.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
it
No.
just felt like you had to wait till the
Well, someone
fourth date to
definitely
see
did
who it
it.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why it was kind of boring, because there wasn't anything for you to like have fun watching them figure it out, because it was just happening
Yeah.
at random.
Like, I didn't know that was the assignment, that you were supposed to figure it out. I just thought, like, it's like eventually she's gonna meet him, and as soon as we get past all these other guys.
Yeah.
Like
I
the
didn't
one guy who
have
comments on her shoes, and she's like, "You know shoes?" And he's like, "Yeah, I delivered shoes for 3 years." Like, I don't think
Yeah, I
that
know
means you
I
know
know
every
shoes.
brand at a distance.
I know shoes. I'm a creep. Of course I know shoes. Like, I'm not gonna say that I had the psychologist pegged, but he seemed to know a little too much to not be involved.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, I'm doing all this research for a book, and oh, this is such a difficult time for you. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Right.
Yeah.
Let me offer you some false empathy for
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
situation.
You were supposed to guess him based on the fact that he had nothing to do with any.
Yeah, but it was the opposite, because when I was a kid, we watched Murder, She Wrote a lot. And not for every episode, but for most episodes, I found a formula that the killer was always whatever character had the least amount of screen time or lines. So you wouldn't really think it was them because they didn't really show them or talk to them that whole much as much as the other characters. This was the opposite of that. It was like the only guy she talked to the whole movie was the one who did it.
Yes.
There was that red herring though, like near the beginning of where the guy who like said he was coming in to like fix a broken window, he was like picking up her clothes and just
Yes. That guy was such a forced entry. It actually paints a universe where Mary Higgins Clarke thinks that every man is bent on the purest of pure predatory evil on all women. Like, imagine living in a world where the janitor wants to kidnap you. Your waiter wants to poison your drink. Every
Around
man
every
wants
corner.
to date you. And yes, like, that's the world she lives in. But she balances it out because every time a woman is about to be attacked, police just dive on whoever's about to do it. Like, no man is able to get close to a woman with evil intent before, like, two cops run up to them and, like, tackle them to the ground. It happens on, like, 3 occasions,
Yeah.
which is,
See,
like,
now
the
this
police.
is why you always ask to speak to the manager. Whether, your frappuccino got made wrong or your best friend has been missing for a night and you've got a really bad feeling that something really bad happened. So you go down to the precinct and you chew out the desk sergeant for, them. And, well, it hasn't been 48 hours, so we don't do missing persons on adults unless it's been that long.
That's such a bad trope. The police will not wait 48 hours. The minute you say someone's missing, they start investigating.
Do they,
it's
though?
like the whole
Depends if you paid up your taxes or not.
yeah. The
You
whole
know what
48
if you know what I
hours
mean.
thing. Yeah. It's almost like, yeah, we need to give the villain enough time to get lost.
Man. I appreciate all the analysis, all the other things. And usually, around this point in our podcast, play a silly little game or something. And I don't have a silly little game, but I do have a question for the group.
Okay.
We've all seen You Got Mail, right?
Yes.
Unfortunately, yes.
My favorite thriller.
This movie was fundamentally You Got Mail, but somebody
Go on.
You got
somebody saw You Got Mail and was like, it was, I don't want to paint with, a really large brush, but it just felt like whoever made this movie, wrote this story, had, maybe gone on a date with a boy and it just didn't go well for them and they were really angry at men and they're like, this You Got Mail movie isn't realistic and it wouldn't be how it goes. All men are pigs. And they made this movie. Am I insane? Like, that's all I could think about while watching this movie.
Oh, absolutely.
No, I'm seeing the vision.
All men want to
Oh my
steal
God.
your shoes and
Yeah.
strangle you.
And sniff them.
Yep.
Yes.
Don't forget the sniffing. But I guess, I guess that's my question is: at what point does a romantic comedy become a murder mystery like this? You know what I mean? Like La La Land, right? Like La La Land could have easily turned into
Well-
this. No, right? am I
I
insane?
wish, bro. I wish.
Well, I would have to assert that it would become that when someone dies.
Fair,
Really,
fair.
that's kind of the whole deciding factor between what makes a movie You've Got Mail or Loves Music, Loves to Dance.
Right. No, I totally get that. But it like to me, I'm seeing it as it just felt like so forced and it felt like as you're watching Loves to Dance, you're like, is there like usually when you watch like a horror murder mystery something, and maybe this is where the daytime television is like really screwing with my brain, but I'm waiting for the secret window Johnny Depp whacking somebody with a shovel, or like the really obvious like super like gruesome thing, and it just kind of felt Days of Our Lives esque.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I can't even describe it. And like, it felt like somebody was making, I guess this, and my point is, I guess it felt like a musical, and then someone was like, or like a meet cute romantic comedy, and then they're like, maybe I can scare more women and drive up sales if I make it a murder.
Yeah, I guess I have a similar thought. I touched on this a little like in our chat, like when I was watching it, but this might be a little too philosophical. I don't know. But there's this like mentality where like people will watch, I'd say like mainly like older women would watch a show like this where a random woman gets brutalized every episode, but there's also like a light quirky tone to it where like yes
Mm.
there's murder but also there's romance and there's we're going to the restaurant, going to the cookie shop, and consuming that is fine. But the minute that you're watching a serious thriller or a horror film where horrible things happen and there's consequences and they take it seriously, that's like a bridge too far because, things are actually happening. And it's just this craving, I guess, to want to dip your toe into like the dark topics and the taboo topic. But you
Right.
want to stay in that world of like, we're all just, successful, happy white women. And there's always men trying to kill us because we're beautiful and white. I don't know. It's if that makes sense.
But
You know what? There's a non-zero chance that that's actually what's happening here.
And she was like, if she had like a blog, she'd be like, guys, it happened again today. Another man tried to murder me. Where are all the good men are either taken or gay, I swear. that's what we're dealing with.
I'm so gonna make a movie where every time a woman gets attacked, 2 cops attack him.
There needs to be a movie like this where like she almost gets murdered like every 5 seconds, and then like the twist ending is just that everyone she thinks is trying to murder her is just like a normal person that just said hi.
He's overreading or over exaggerating.
Oh my gosh.
That's so
Plot
funny.
twist, she's deranged.
And in the background there's actual like murder and police brutality, and she's just like, this man's trying to
Yeah.
murder me.
Yes. Or it's a movie where the audience decides she deserves it. And usually we get behind her, but man, this woman really deserves every man to murder her.
Right. She earned it. She's breaking
There is a
glass
scene
ceiling.
where she's been on a date, and it's very like hard to tell whose side you should be on, because while she's outside and like trying to leave, she's on the phone or something with her friend or the cop, I don't know, and she's kind of saying something negative about the guy she was just with, and he hears her and charges across the street and like
Yeah.
tries to like physically attack her, and so she
Right.
maces him. And that's when the police jump out, and they immediately start blaming her for the entire interaction. And you're like, well, she is the one that decided to start dating possible serial killers for fun, basically. But he did try to attack her because he overheard her say, like, yeah, he was kind of rude. Like, oh, I don't know.
Who's at the right here?
Maybe just don't date people who might be serial killers and they're serial killers.
When you start
Also-
gaslighting, anyone can be in the right.
But what's crazy, she like gaslights herself into thinking that everybody is a serial killer, but she's right. And I think that's what makes it like daytime mom slop, because it's just like, it's literally every fear that your mom would tell you about being on the internet with strangers, but she'd be like watching it and think it's real life and say, look, see, told you. And you're like, this isn't real. People aren't like this.
It's reposting the post on Facebook that says, don't touch a piece of white paper on your car hood because it's laced with fentanyl.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because they're going to
Kidnappers.
traffic you and your white children in broad daylight.
Yeah.
Walmart.
Human traffickers are doing this. This is what it means if you find it on your car.
Yeah. So yeah, this movie is written for definitely a certain audience, and I really think that like somewhere between the late 90s, early 2000s, it was like really cool to like ramp up the villainy and predatory habits of like men against like females, like because you have all these like Lifetime series and you have all these movies of like single white female and the woman on the milk box and of like
Fatal
I don't know,
Attraction.
they paint the woman to be all mousy, yet she's still strong because she doesn't quit, but she's like mousy and like accidentally gets her head stuck in a Wegmans bag and she's doomed and needs help, but at the same time she's like a crack sleuth. She can figure it out who it is.
Right. And she still has time to curate a library.
Yeah.
And like runs a book club.
Yeah.
It's mom slop.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my favorite examples was I don't remember what it was called. It was like the Bake Shop Mysteries or whatever with Allison Sweeney. And my mom would watch that all the time. And there was one episode in particular where her character has a pregnant sister. And she brings her pregnant sister to like the farmhouse where she's pretty sure the murderers are hiding out. And so they like almost die. And it's supposed to be like, don't be mad at your sister for bringing you along the investigation. Like, it's stupid. Like,
A bit.
So I have no idea, but are the police always helpless to keep people away from their investigations? Like, are they like following up on a crime and then like Ned shows up and they're like, oh, it's Ned. I'm powerless to send him home. Oh, let's just pretend he's key to the case.
just let him cross the police tape line.
Yes.
Yeah, it depends. Does Ned look that easy on the eyes?
Yes. Is Ned beautiful? Beautiful blonde white woman?
Yes.
And, maybe this is another layer of like misogyny because I feel like there's a lot of shows, like every show about like a male crime solver, he's always a professional who is like a cop or a detective or FBI. So he has a right to be there and he's not, breaking laws or breaking boundaries by doing these things. But I feel like most shows about a female crime solver, she's just like a random lady that shows up and they're like, get out of here. Like, why are you here? Like, God forbid the female crime solver be a professional in her field. It's just like,
Right.
I'm here because my pumpkin spice frappuccino was not made correctly.
Yeah.
And my friend might be murdered.
Right. Well, there's something about like giving the woman like a career or a hobby that she loves, but then making the murder a side hustle that distracts her for a little bit, because she's a showrunner for this trashy daytime show, and we haven't talked anything about Shona and how she just de-emasculates whoever's on her talk show. I mean, that's a murder mystery for whoever kills her in the future.
Yeah, that was a great scene where she's interviewing like a bigamist and his like 9 wives, and then the murderer calls the show and makes comments about their shoe. And they're like, hold them on the line, keep them talking.
Yes.
My favorite trope.
More shoe kinks. We could use this.
I would love to see the reverse of the trope. Make him hang up. Make him hang up. Quick. We don't want to hear him. Quick. And he just keeps talking more and more.
Typical man, am I right?
Yes. If I had a nickel for every man who called up on a live show and talked about his love of shoes, I'd have $6.
Also, wouldn't that like segment of the show like either skyrocket the show or tank it because it's so insane and scary that like the murderer of your like other, showrunner called in and made threats? Like they don't follow up on like what they did to the show.
I mean, this would have been like the mid to late 90s. That nobody was sure if the whole internet thing was going to work out or not. So.
Well, I think the sequel should have been like Shonda's story, her rise to fame, where she like baits serial killers to call in every episode, and how it leads her to a bunch of trouble, and how she inadvertently invents the podcast.
She inadvertently bakes.
Wow.
Yes. I would love that. I would say that would be the most worthy sequel.
Oh.
Yeah.
I also love the idea that her show is to like invite like biker men and then like just say, these idiots over here, they've never showered, I bet. But some of them are hot. Anyways, that's our show for tonight. Who wrote that show? Okay, you're just going to make fun of these bikers for an hour.
I also
and the bikers should just accept it.
Like a pun joke that she's a showrunner for a show featuring Shona.
Right.
Insert placeholder title here. Lorem ipsum.
Okay, so you have to talk about this one character when he's titled as Pete the Wino. Number one, there's a guy named Pete the Wino in this movie, played by James Kidney.
Well, of course there
And
is.
yeah,
Um,
and his whole thing was that he stole a necklace off of Aaron's dead body, which the police, whenever they receive anything that's been touched by the killers, they do zero DNA, zero forensic. Like, there's that one scene where the killer sends shoes to all the widows and people who lost someone to him. And the next scene, the police are like, well, he's sending shoes to them, and we have nothing to go on.
Yeah, we're gonna dust them for fingerprints. Although this guy, he might have been around the block once or twice, so he probably didn't leave any fingerprints. But we're gonna dust them anyway,
Yeah,
'cause
but then I
that's
can't help but feel we've evolved. Where like Law and Order would be like, well, we triangulated all the places that sell the shoe and looked at all the receipts and triangulated the receipts within the
Mm.
tri-state area, and
yeah.
we
yeah.
now know it's Fred Astaire.
we know it's Leslie
Back
Odom
from
Jr.
the dead.
We know he's coming from this theater troupe. Mhm.
Well, we
Um,
know one thing:
mm,
he's definitely in show business.
Yes.
I feel like he could have went a little further in his performance. He could have gone a little further, and he could have went full like Hugh Grant in Paddington 2,
oh,
and just been like, totally like it's Broadway,
right.
Yes.
Really fab it up.
Yeah.
Like super fabulous. I was getting what's his name in Hairspray? The oh my
John
gosh,
Travolta.
John Travolta in Hairspray. Like just so fabulous, so like out there. Oh my gosh.
That's how I'm describing him from now on. John Travolta from Hairspray.
Yeah, imagine that. But he's murdering people.
Yes.
That's a movie I want to see. But also, Mike, I'm so glad that you brought up the thing about a wino.
Yes.
About the wino. Because I get it, right? Like a wino is a drunkard, but they specialize in wine, right?
Yes.
Like, why is there not an equivalent for anything else, right? There's not a bureau, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, why do winos get a special designation? I feel like that's, I don't know, not racist isn't the right term, but like, like, you know what I mean? Like, why are they getting singled out like
Substancism.
that? Yeah, right. Like, why? Why are they
It's
getting
definitely a
profiled?
stereotype.
Right. Like, why are they getting profiled?
And why did the movie assume he was on wine? He couldn't afford wine. I mean, he could afford Lysol in a paper bag.
Mm.
Like, but I feel like wino is the Broadway equivalent, right? Like that's like
Broadway.
like a Broadway, like the casting, the credits when it rolls, it's not gonna say, violently addicted to meth addict. It's wino number one or oboe number two. You know what I mean? Like it like wino inherently just romanticized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the 1930s.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the hilarious thing is he does have like a brown paper bag like over an alcoholic drink, which I always thought you need the brown paper bag to hide it, and this guy has nothing to hide.
Right.
If I see someone in a tent in an alley eating out of the garbage, I'm not going to guess there's a Sprite bottle in their paper bag.
Yeah,
Half the time, I'm not thinking that there's an actual liquid in there.
I'm just praying. I'm just praying that liquid doesn't get on.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah, that's wild. But yeah, I mean, I think that kind of summarizes this movie, perfectly, right? Like it's just like innuendo and it's painted over in very broad strokes. You don't have to think very hard. You can turn your brain off and you can enjoy it. There's like just enough
Yeah.
danger to like be exciting, but not enough danger that it'll keep you, being able to fall asleep. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just safe, generic daytime
And
TV.
just be glad that it was, Pete the wino who robbed, your best friend's body and not Frank the crackhead.
Right, right. And I think this movie, this series of movies is very easy to make fun of. And I don't want Lynn or other people that are fans of this, to feel targeted or like singled out. But I do feel like this show is, one, easy to make fun of, but two, you can't tell me if you were homesick in 1995 and this was on TV that you would be upset about it. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
Right.
this is just like there's enough change up between Wheel of Fortune that you can like watch this while you're sick with the flu on the couch. You've consumed your third bowl of Campbell's chicken noodle soup, Stars and Stripes,
Yep.
Stars and Pieces, and you pass out for 45 minutes and you wake up and you're like, oh, this is still on, and you can still keep up with what's going on because you didn't miss anything. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's just like it's just like bland supermarket chicken noodle soup, but TV.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like in the late 2000 or the early 2000s, the radio's made up a genre called bath rock, where it's kind of like it just kind of exists.
Right.
It's kind of what Creed and Nickelback went under. It's like this kind of bathwater rock music that you play in between like hit songs
Sure.
to get people to stay. This feels like a
Mhm.
bathwater movie where it just kind of exists and it hits all the right notes.
Right.
But it isn't really trying to. It's just enough that Mary Higgins Clarke gave it the thumbs up.
Right. Right.
This was before she knew that you could do amazing things with Tolkien and Rowling and stuff.
Right. And
Mm.
I think that's what this is, right? Like it's just so unoffensively exists. Right? Like it's there and it's fine.
Yeah, it's not going to take anything, but it's also not going to give anything.
Right. It's the $5 paperback book your mom picks up at the airport.
It's the bottle in the paper bag.
Yeah. It's the magazine you find hidden behind highlights when you're waiting at a Supercuts.
Yes. Well, let's see. This director, Mario Azzopardi, went on to he was the director of RoboCop for two
No way.
episodes.
No way.
Yeah, RoboCop, the TV series that was on
Oh.
for like a hot
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, what?
1994.
Got real excited there for
I
a
know. I
minute.
was like,
Yes.
what the heck? I was ready for my mind to be blown.
Yeah, it's not going to be blown unless you just realize that RoboCop had a TV series for a hot minute.
What if I just really like the RoboCop TV show? Do you guys think about that?
Do you have it all on DVD?
Exactly.
That's why I want to do a spin-off show and look at these television shows that were on for a hot second.
Yeah.
Like RoboCop the animated series. What the heck? Who's talking about this? No one.
RoboCop had an animated series?
Yeah, like this is why we chose Tubi, because Tubi is kind of like the pool vent that collects the
Lowest of the hanging
stuff.
fruit.
And so we can go from Mary Higgins Clarke to RoboCop the animated series without even blinking.
Mm.
Everything's connected.
Well, yep, everything's connected to the Higgins verse.
It all comes back to Higgins.
Everything's coming up Higgins.
All right, so to close out this show, if we had to remake this movie for today, who would be played by who? Loves music, loves to dance, 2026. I'm sure Tom Holland has to be one of the misogynist men.
Whoa! All right.
Damn.
Jeez, coming out.
Shot
Yeah.
fired.
I just think if you want to do your movie right, he has to be one of the misogynist men.
Oh, all right. I feel like that's type. That's like against type.
He needs a challenge.
He's too lovable and goofy and like too like conventionally attractive. You know what I mean?
He could be the psychiatrist. He puts on a wig.
Yeah.
Two gloves.
Ironically, he
Isn't-
is supposed to be in a biopic about Fred Astaire.
See, I can see
See,
that.
he's been practicing his whole life for this.
See, like,
manifested it.
I could see someone like, do you guys know Wyatt Russell?
Yeah.
I feel like Wyatt Russell could be one of those misogynist men. Not saying that he is one. I'm not saying that he is one. But I'm saying he's got a very punchable face. And he's like just attractive enough that you could be like, you'd swipe right or left or whatever on his profile. But when you get there and you talk to him, you'd be like, no thanks.
Yes. Or, we just lean in to the men we don't want to see on screen trope. Get Pauly Shore,
Whoa, whoa.
Kevin
I-
Spacey.
Oh no. Oh no. First of
No.
all,
Yeah.
it would have to
No,
be
no,
boys.
no.
It have to
No,
be
you've
guys.
jumped the shark.
Mm,
He would
Well,
be
no,
interested.
then you'd have people being like, I really hope it's Kevin Spacey who gets arrested.
So it's a fantasy.
Yes, it's like,
About
I just want it to be him because
I would hope that he'd be the one who dies in the first act.
yeah, for
he
real.
gets
But
strangled
also
by
like
the
in real
killer
life.
after he dances with him.
Yeah.
It's a gender swapped retelling. So a woman is killing all these men and putting them in dancing shoes.
Yes.
Whoa. Oh, in that case, it'd have to be Sydney Sweeney. I feel like. Am I
Oh
wrong?
my God.
I feel like that'd be right up her alley.
Also, why wouldn't Tom? Oh wait, you said Tom Holland earlier,
Tom
or Tobey
Holland.
Maguire?
Tom
I
Holland.
think all three Spider-Men should be in this movie as the evil boyfriends.
But
They're
again,
all
Because doesn't Tobey Maguire have all the memes of like him as being a dick?
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
Tobey-
he's Venom costume.
Yeah, I mean Tobey Maguire, I can see. Andrew Garfield is like too cool again and conventionally attractive. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's too much. There's got to be like who's that dude? He plays Schmidt on New Girl.
oh, I know who you're talking about. I know
Hold
who
on,
you're
look it
talking. I
up.
don't know his name, but I know you.
Max Greenfield. So funny.
Going
But
into the Higgins verse.
yeah, right. It's like you just gotta have like a certain look in your eye. You know what I mean? That's like slightly off-putting.
Yeah,
But evidently, no
like
one's going
something
to want
that's
to blame. No one's going to want to blame a Tom Holland, which makes it the perfect I can't believe you made me hate Tom Holland in a movie.
Yeah, but then you're gonna have the Ted Bundy effect where women are gonna be like, doesn't matter. I'm gonna write letters to him in prison.
Yes. So we'll create a culture of wanting people that are cute to be serial killers.
yeah. I think those are cucks, Mike.
Yes.
They already exist.
Well, we're going to get a nasty letter from Tom Holland's publicist.
Not me. I want nothing to do with it. I've been nothing. I've done nothing but defend Tom.
I've said nothing against him.
Tom Holland, you can buy this show if you really want to change it.
That's great. Whoa.
Tom Holland is our censorship.
Yes.
Mike just really wants to start beef.
I just want someone to buy this show and just be like, next episode, folks, Tom Holland has bought the rights to this show, so we'll be doing live trailer announcements of his movies in between our talks. Also, we're only allowed to talk about Spider-Man spoilers.
I mean, if we have Tom Holland on it, it'd be very easy.
Yes.
Oh,
Well. Let's land this show. Did we all talk about something we liked about this movie that we could authentically say without lying? Because I'm going to go ahead and I like this movie, how safe it is and how close to the chest it plays and its tropiness. And it doesn't try to be extra or special. We take those movies for granted, and I think this movie it leans into the skim milk of the movie verse. And sometimes you need that.
that's a
In
good.
other words, the perfect mom slop.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. What other positive things can we say about this?
Who can say? Who can say what kind of positive things there are
Well,
about
I hope
loves music, loves to dance?
I hope at least 3 of my coworkers, for the sake of our show.
I can say that it does perfectly encapsulate, it's like a time capsule of 90s trash TV. That was my major observation when I watched the movie. It's just it sums up how, everyone, watching this kind of show back in the 90s was feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from like the Springer, TV, stage settings to the the internet. That'll never catch on.
Mm-hmm.
Very nostalgic.
Indeed, it was a simpler time.
All right. Anyone else? Or forever hold your peace?
I mean, I guess my 2 cents is that it's comforting in the sense that even if you get up to make a plate of nachos and then you come back and you miss like 8 minutes,
You're
you can
fine.
still keep track. And I'm not saying this did or did not happen, but hey, listener, you make your own decision.
True or false? Adam got
True or-
nachos and didn't miss anything.
Right. Adam still got 100% on the quiz I make everyone take.
Did I come back and think that, oh wait, did I already see this part? Oh wait, no, I did pause it. Did that happen? Maybe.
Who can say?
Who can say?
Yes. Well, and now for the final part of our show where we talk about if this is to be the greatest, to be enjoyed, to be tolerated, to be experienced, or just to be avoided. I'll say this is my pick. I'm falling on the sword for this one. I'm going to say that, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it is, for what we talked about, and that this is a movie where your body could be shutting down from the flu and you can still enjoy it. Because that is what this movie is supposed to be, and it's not pretending to be anything else.
Yes. Makes you want to drink some Gatorade and some pudding.
Yes.
If you guys don't mind, I'd like to go next.
Please.
I'm gonna go ahead and just say to be avoided. I mean, I feel like there are so many other things that you could watch on the scale of like what this is on, from like really excellent stuff. Like, there's 40 different TV shows that you could pick from that have this premise.
Yeah.
The Mentalist, you could watch, whatever you want. The Good Witch.
Mhm.
And even into into movies and stuff too. Like there's just so many like like movies like Knives Out you could watch. Things there's just so many better options. And like, if you're gonna waste your time on, like, yeah, you're better off just like watching reruns of like Monk or something.
Yes.
Interesting. So you're saying that our audience should miss out on the adventures of Darcy Scott.
Yeah.
All right. Let the jury take note of that.
Wait,
All
who's
right,
on
Ivy.
trial here?
It's a trial.
Mary
Should Mary
Higgins
Higgins Clarke keep writing?
I mean, I would be willing to, give the benefit of the doubt that the book is probably better than the TV movie that we watch, just in general. But yeah, it was just kind of bland. And the mystery wasn't really fun to solve. Wasn't a lot going on. And yeah, it's just one of those obviously, like, violence against women, like that's a very real issue. But things like this make it taken less seriously, I feel like, because it's coming from this, like, sensationalized, just like, oh, it's for your entertainment while you eat a brownie at 2 p.m. And it's just very like white feminism. It's not happening to me, so it doesn't affect me until it does happen to me. And it's just very bland. So,
So you think Mary Higgins Clarke isn't trying to teach and warn the next generation of women
to not
to
online
make safer
date.
internet choices?
Don't date on the interwebs.
All right, Vic, send us home.
I have been thinking and crafting in my head the best way that I could express my feelings about this, and I would have to go back to the anecdote of being laid up on the couch, with the flu or with food poisoning, perhaps the explosive diarrhea causing parasite that's been going around lately and all the lettuce. And, what you really wanted was some good old fashioned like chicken soup for the soul. Your mom comes in from the kitchen with a bowl. It's SpaghettiOs, because I'm sorry, honey, they didn't have any chicken soup at the store. So you wanted chicken soup for the soul. Well, you're getting SpaghettiOs. It's just factually inferior. It's not really trying any harder than it feels like it has to. Yeah.
I would
This
argue that's a
is
terrible analogy because SpaghettiOs, Solos, chicken noodle soup in a can. So I
That's
Oh.
this
another
is
company that
chicken
can't
noodle soup.
sponsor us.
their loss.
Tom
Yeah.
Holland owns Campbell's, so we can't say anything about
Yeah, they're all owned
Another
by Big
attack
Soup.
on Big SpaghettiOs.
Big SpaghettiOs watching you.
Big SpaghettiOs is watching.
I can't say that phrase without laughing. All right. So would you say that's a to be avoided or tolerated or enjoyed?
This is a to be tolerated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just you put up with Big SpaghettiOs while you lay there and you watch your mom slop. Maybe you've just seen the fourth rerun of Matlock, or maybe you're watching this so you can get to the first of the Matlock reruns.
Yeah, you gotta crawl before you can walk.
Mhm.
Well, there you have it, folks. Loves dancing, loves music, or the opposite. Mary Higgins Clarke, a great be sick and watch movie.
Mm.
Next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you know what? Just wait for a notification on your phone, really, to tell you when we dropped an episode. Adam is going to show us a movie that you should watch when you're healthy and fully cognizant.
I don't think Adam can promise that.
I
Sure,
can't
can.
wait to see what movie that is.
I've picked plenty of bangers, like
Yes.
that tiger one, the other one.
Yes. And just in case you were wondering, The Odyssey is on Tubi, the 1997 two-part series starring Eric Roberts and Bernadette Peters and Christopher Lee.
Wow.
So, I'm not saying that should be our episode in 2 to 3 weeks. I'm just saying you should watch it and tell us how it compares to Christopher Nolan's little indie film he made with a bunch of his friends
In the backyard.
in the backyard.
Yeah. On his mom's handy cam.
Yes. Anywho, I've been Mike.
I'm Adam.
I'm Ivy.
And I'm Vic.
Thank you for listening to Be Decided.
Big SpaghettiO is watching you.
Oh,
Big
please
soup.
watch.
Amen.